though.
All right. We are, are we on?
Sure, they'll
we
be
live?
right.
Are we live on mainstream now?
You just made us
Nice.
live.
Oh yeah, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the top table of Terracon 2019. This is round 5. This is the fun. This is the games. This is the showstopper. We are joined lovingly by Andrew Gerard of Warzone Wargaming. Say hello, mate.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
And we are rejoined by Luke Pierce of the Normal Blokes Shenanigans.
Hey, good
Hey,
to be.
hey, good to be here. Tell us a bit about yourself, Andrew. This is the first time you've been on with us.
Yeah. Well, I run Warzone Wargaming, so... Oh, give me 1 second. I'm getting a bit of feedback on the Twitch channel, but that's better. Yeah, no, I run Warzone Wargaming, so it's a Central Coast-based club. For a very long time, there wasn't anything in Central Coast, so really good to get a good scene up here. Central Coast, for anybody who doesn't know, is about 30 minutes to an hour north of Sydney, and it sits in between Sydney and Newcastle. So a lot of the Overwatch Wargaming boys come from the Newcastle area, around Maitland area, and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
So we're in the middle.
Awesome. What do you guys do? What are you producing? Content creation-wise?
Content creation-wise, we really just do events at the moment. So we run
Yep.
anything local, a couple bigger majors, GTs, that kind of stuff. But
Fantastic.
recently started getting into some streaming. So we're streamed Battle Royale as our first one, as you guys saw last weekend or the weekend before?
Yep.
Last weekend.
Yep.
And that went really well. So we'll definitely be keeping that going, doing WinterCon next. And then I think there's an Overwatch team challenge at the end of the year that we'll probably stream as well.
Shit, yeah, that is awesome, dude. So, just quickly bring us to this game. This is not the game that we thought we were going to be streaming. We had a little bit of a last minute shift around, musical chairs, and Alex and Gabe, who we thought were going to be on the top table, you just saw Alex on before, have been switched onto table 2. I think that is at the request of one of those players. And Manskie and Hamilton have both stepped up and played on table 1 for us. Now, it doesn't matter. All 4 of the players playing on the top 2 tables can win this event, come first. And most likely, all 3 of the 4 players here are going to be the podium for 1, 2, 3. So either of these games is essentially the top table game. Because depending on their score, someone from these 2 games is going to get up there. I will neither confirm or deny that, George. I will confirm it though. And so we now have Hayden Manskie versus Michael Hamilton. So this is Tau versus Guard. So pure Tau, of course pure Tau, versus pure Guard. Now we are joined by another special guest who will get to introduce himself and tell us a bit about himself right now. So Luke Pierce, who are you and what do you do?
Hey, I'm Luke from the Normal Blokes. I'm joined with my lovely crew, and we basically host a competitive 40k podcast in Australia. We talk 40k meta from over here to across the pond and other places. We talk major GTs. We also talk a bit about the competitive gaming community, trying to bridge the gap between casual gamers and competitive gamers, because sometimes the competitive scene can seem a little bit intimidating. But
Yeah.
yeah, we try and just bring all the community together and talk the meta pretty much.
Beautiful. All right, we are going to hit these lists pretty hard.
The other thing I just wanted to point out was there's actually a 3rd table in contention as well, technically.
But he needs to absolutely crush it. That's Stuart Trainer.
Yeah, Stuart Trainer's also on 4 wins.
Yep.
He would need to absolutely crush it, and
These guys would need to get little wins.
these
or
guys would
draws
need to get little wins or draws or
But
something.
he can still hit
yeah.
a podium. He can definitely hit a podium if he wants to.
He's guaranteed. If he wins, he's guaranteed himself a podium.
He's guaranteed, yeah, 2nd or 3rd. And he need to get like a 39 or a 40 or a 42 or something.
Yeah, he is. What is it? 14 points behind. He's the same. He's just 1 point behind Manskie.
Yeah.
So Manskie so if Manskie wins, but only gets a small win, and Stuart gets a big win, Stuart leapfrogs him.
Yeah.
Stuart probably can't leapfrog Hamilton if Hamilton wins.
Yep.
And Alex and Gabe, if Gabe wins, he's probably won the event because he's enough ahead of Hamilton as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's a few little, if this, but that, etc.
Yeah.
But it should be good to watch.
Nah. Awesome. So we just had a question from George. These rankings are based on battle points? Question mark. Sorry, I'm distracted. Yeah, so it's ITC ranked event, so there absolutely are. There is no victory points in this. It's just battle points, so round points plus whatever you get in your games. This is the 5th and final round. Let's go through these lists. Do you guys have these lists up, gentlemen? You guys able to see them?
Ooh, I can get it up. I'll get it up.
Henderson Blake, or is that Blake Henderson? How you doing, dude? Thanks for joining us. I will start us off with Michael Hamilton, because I essentially wrote a portion of this list with Michael. So first up, he has a spearhead detachment. He has a long strike with SMS and ion cannon. He has got 2 seeker missiles, and then he has 8 shield drones. Next, he has 2 more hammerheads with 2 seekers and SMS and ions. He has triple broadsides with what you would expect: ATS, SMS, high yields. He has a Vanguard detachment. This one has Shadow Sun in it, and she has a command link drone. Then he has Dayak Grek, 2 Riptides with bursts, ATS, and velocity trackers. And he has 2 more, has a unit of 9 shield drones, a unit of 9 shield drones. And then lastly, he has a Vanguard detachment. This one is Tau. He has Ethereal on note with just the Pure Tide Engram Neurochip, and then 3 Farsight Marksmen. This list is trash. Trash.
I love Town.
Huh?
Love Town.
Love Tau. Everyone loves Tau. So boiling it
Not
down.
enough hazard suits.
Yeah, not as it's boiling down. He's got essentially long strike and 2 hammerheads. He's got 3 broadsides, 2 riptides, and some marker support. And he's got 9 plus 9 plus 8. What is that? So it's 26 shield drones.
Oof.
So that is plenty enough. Heading over to Manskie's list. This is actually listed as Nick Kelly's list, who's sitting right here. He had a very bad allergic reaction Saturday morning, and so he pulled out, and Manskie jumped in. Do you think you'd be on this table if you were playing, Nick?
Me? Man, I'd already won by now. Jesus. Better with my list.
All right, tell us about this list.
There's no way I would have done as well as Hayden has.
Tell us
Absolutely no way.
about this list, my man.
So this list was put together out of painted models that I had because I didn't want to do anything before I came to this event. First time ever. So I literally grabbed models from my old ATC armies and my old community comp armies and threw it together and thought this would be fun. So let's hit it. I took a Cadian Brigade with Knight Commander Pask, Punisher Cannon, naturally, multi-melter sponsons and heavy bolters on the front, 2 other tank commanders identical to Pask, multi-melters, Punisher, heavy bolters. One of them has the Relic of Lost Cadia. I have 6 infantry squads, 3 have flamers, 3 have mortar teams. The 3 with flamers are going in heavy flamer multi-laser chimeras. In the elite squad, I have 5 ratlings, 10 veterans with 3 melter guns, which are going in the 4th chimera, which is double heavy bolter, and a master of ordnance who's the warlord with grand strategist and Kurov's Aquila. In fast slot is 3 hellhounds with heavy flamers and track guards. These explode so gloriously, so if you're on 1 wound, you want to be able to move as fast as you can and then explode in their face.
That's right.
Heavy slot is a single basilisk and 2 heavy weapon teams filled with mortars and 85 reserve points for an assassin.
And so he has 4 chimeras in that list, if we missed it before. You have, so what assassin models does he have access to?
There is a Calexis and a Vindicare in there. I can only imagine you'd have
You
a Vindicare.
got a Vindicare, for sure. That's Tau. Why do you need a Calexis? So if you're going to Vindicare... George had a dickhead moment. Nice. Love your work, George. Keep up the good work. Okay, what do you guys think of these lists? How do you think they measure up? How do you think they match up?
Well, you tell me, Adam, because it's your list. How where do you think you're sitting here?
Okay, so
All right. So how would you go if you were playing?
If I was playing the list Michael Hamilton's playing right now against Hayden Manskie's list, I would feel very comfortable, especially with this terrain. If you see what Hamilton is doing right now, is deploying. I think Manskie's already done with his deployment. He's just dropped his massive mech wall, whereas Hamilton, he's deploying all his drones within that top left ruin, and he's going to put all his stuff in front of it. So he's going to have his 2 Riptides essentially cut with full drone coverage, and the drones can't be shot by anything by the Basilisk. There's some mortars, which aren't going to do anything. And he's got he's out. So the problem with Manskie's list is he has a big mech wall, but his range is only effective at 24 inches, and he's got very little anti-mech past 6 multi-melters. So he's got the ion cannon hammerheads down in the bottom left. But they have fly, but right now they're blocked from line of sight due to that big 9-inch tall line of sight blocking terrain in the middle. So he's just going to sit off behind that to the bottom left, and he's just going to jump up with fly onto stuff and just shoot and unload. There isn't a hell of a lot that Manskie can do in this game except push and do his best to try and tap. If he can get there and tap and wrap broadsides, he can absolutely win this game. The problem is getting there is horrifically hard for him. Are you guys seeing anything different?
No, I'd agree with that.
The ideal way to tap and wrap stuff would be to get a unit of infantry, get him out of the Chimera, get him a couple inches away, and then charge in with the Chimera and use that to soak all the Overwatch, because it'll take all the Overwatch from everything to kill the Chimera, and then hopefully the Guardsmen make it through.
What does the predictor say, bro?
The predictor.
Oh, this thing. I saw this the other day. It's sick.
It is crazy cool. Where is it? There we go. Michael Hammond, Hayden, Manskie. The predictor. Let's get this up on screen so everyone can see it.
Firefox.
There we go. So, this is close. A slight edge to Michael Hamilton's what I'm seeing, and that is mostly so. Hayden has the better record in Down Under Pairings. He has literally 0.4% better record than Hamilton does. These two are about as closely ranked as you can think of in terms of wins and
win-loss. Yep.
So that's really good. So that means they're about the same level
player-wise.
But Tau has quite a distinct advantage over Astra Militarum, and we know that's true. The firepower they bring to bear are very, very different in application. The win-loss for Tau versus Astra Militarum, out of 220 games, the Tau has gotten the better of them slightly by 51.2%.
Other way around.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Faction head-to-head. Tau and Guard have played each other 18 times.
Yep.
On Down Under Pairings, and Tau have won 55 or 56% of the time.
Yep.
But overall, we have 191 games for Tau, and they are sitting at a 48% win ratio, so they lose more than they win. And Astra Militarum also lose more than they win at 48%.
There you
go. But all that said and done, Hamilton has a minute advantage over Manskie.
But when you translate that, so we've had a look at that now. Let's have a quick
Scroll
gaze
down,
back
bro.
at the table. Oh, sorry?
Scroll down.
What? Oh, I did.
Game predictor.
What's that, Dad?
What's that, Dad? Back to the game. This deployment map, holy crap, does it benefit Hamilton? Just speaking quietly now, in case Manskie can hear me. Holy crap, does it benefit him? Being able to backline against essentially an army that only has an effective range of 24 inches is a ferocious advantage. So his closest unit looks to me that'd be about 36 inch, at least 36 inches away from his closest unit to his closest unit.
Yeah.
Past that, he has little. So if this was an open board, if this was playing a bowling ball, those Punishers could roll up and they could start doing their best to try and start clearing drones. And they start clearing drones very easily. The problem is though, once the drones are dead, you still got to shoot through toughness 7 with a 2+ save, or toughness 5 with a 2+ save. And his army is not good at that. It's not good at that at all. He's got -1, 2 damage on the Hellhounds, so he's going to get 3 up armor against that. It's not going to do much. And then he has the multi-melters, which is only 6 shots. At best, like maybe one of those gets through the drones, and then that's the one you just get CP'd. So it's pretty cool.
Wait, Hellhounds 2 damage? I thought the Artemias were 2 damage.
Oh, sorry, no, you're absolutely right. The Artemias are. These are 2d6, strength 6, -1 damage.
Yeah, they're even 1 damage. It's worse.
Even worse. Is that your water bottle push? Hamilton just did the little water bottle push for everybody. He's used a water bottle to push one of his hammerheads forward.
That's it. He's off stream.
It's just a callback to a famous bit of 40k lore. It's tradition. You're playing hammerheads.
It's only Tau players though, right?
Sorry?
It's only Tau players though, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's actually right. Tau players playing hammerheads. You have to use the water bottle push. Yeah. Get him out of here!
Out of there.
Pull him off! Bench him! He's dead to me! Where's Pete? Where's Peter? He's picked a Vindicare. That was the only choice you could have made. The Colexus was literally useless here. Alright, looks like deployment is done, and we're about to see who's going first. To Blake Henderson, who asked before, is this the top table? Alex won last game on stream, and he's essentially technically playing on the top table. The two top scored players being Gabe Delolio versus Alex Reimel, and they're playing on table 2 because there was objections from one of the players to playing on stream. That is fine, seeing as we have multiple top tables at this event, because both of these two players are very easily in contention to win this event. So yeah, I think we've just had a shake to see who goes first, and here comes the roll off.
So Adam, there's 4 players on 4 wins. Is that correct?
That is correct.
There's 5 players.
Yeah, there's 5 players.
Five players
on 4 wins. Yeah. So there will be.
And 1 player on 3 wins and a draw.
Yeah. So now this is the mission where you get to move on your objective 6 inches. So Hamilton's just dropped objective 3. He's moved it back towards his castle, and so now he's holding it. What a really big deal here is the ability to put the ion cannon hammerheads outside of any possible conceivable range. There is nothing that there's literally nothing Manskie can do to affect those hammerheads turn 1. Probably nothing they can do turn 2, and if he doesn't want to, there's nothing he can do to touch them at turn 3. So they're going to get 2 to 3, possibly even 4 turns of shooting. I think that almost by itself might win a game.
I have to say, I'm happy to see Hammerheads back on the table.
Yeah, same, yeah. He didn't even know he was playing. He literally, Friday, he's like, are you guys going to Terracon? Can I come?
Friday, an hour after he finished work and we were about to drive, he says, hey, can I get a lift?
Crazy.
And he was just coming up for the weekend. He wasn't playing. It wasn't until I pulled out literally half an hour before the event started that he was going to play.
Yep. So I would like to politely ask these gentlemen to chuck their secondaries in. All right. He seized? Wow. Okay, so Hamilton went for the roll to seize and got it. Could you guys chuck your secondaries in the iPad and stuff? Update it? Oh, huh? No, just tick the boxes. Gosh. We could literally not make it easier to use. It's just a piece of...
There's one easier option.
What?
Nick sits there.
Nick, you want to go sit there and do the scorecard for us? Nick, go sit there and do the scorecard. No, we're not going to make him.
Kidding.
It's
almost dying and you're getting him to do the scorecard.
Just Hamilton. It's just man. You mean I gotta push a button? You mean I gotta push 2 buttons? The fuck is this? What's this shit software?
Get him off.
So Manskie has the Master of Ordnance as the Warlord. What's the trick with that, Nick? Or is there no trick?
The other option was to have the Warlord be passed.
Yeah.
Pass can't take the relic, and we want to learn strategist and the pull-ups.
Yep. And then you can buy Render's Acadia when and if you need it. No, that's fair. You want a cookie?
Do you want
Yes,
a
please.
cookie? I love you, dude.
I'm gonna if Hamilton keeps piping up, I'm gonna throw a cookie at him. Pipe down, rubber dub.
Let's do a Kickstarter for that.
Yeah. Okay, so we've had Michael's secondaries chucked in. He's got Big Game Hunter. No surprises there. He's got Mark for Death. No surprises there. And he's got Headhunter. No surprises there. So... Okay, so
Someone's
guys,
excited.
someone is quite happy.
Still is very happy.
Who was that?
Some guy named Stu. Okay. Wasn't
Oh no, that's not Steve.
no, it's not Stewie. I don't know who that is. Some dude. But he's playing one of the Cross brothers. He's playing Matty Cross. Hey, Matty
Marisoli hasn't. Marisoli. Who did Marisoli lose to?
Sorry?
He lost.
The chat wants to know who Marisoli lost to.
He lost round 3.
He lost round 3 to the night player that Hamilton beat to get here. I can't remember what his name is.
Peter. Can't remember exactly. Peter Skeen or.
Oh, Skeen, yeah. Peter Skeen. That's a nice name. You hear that over the radio at school. Peter Skeen, come to the office. Peter Skeen, come to the office.
Hey? That's 2 tables in here that says.
The Beast from The Beast, 9.
The beast from the east.
That's right. That's correct. I can't read. These do nothing. The glasses, the goggles, they do nothing. All right, Hamilton. He is looks like he's got a couple of things in range, and he is rolling for his overcharges. Whether he takes wounds, he's going to overcharge his Dakar, and if he's in range to shoot, he is not going to fucking shoot. I'd be guaranteeing he's not going to shoot. Sorry, he's not going to move. Rather, he is definitely going to shoot. He is Tau. Words is hard. That is correct, George. So what are we into? It was a 3-hour round last one. So I talked for 11 hours yesterday. I talked for 3 hours today. Words are hard. That's correct. But I word good. But my English is above par.
Me fail English? That's impossible.
That's correct. That's correct. I spent the whole time I was talking then, I spent that time trying to think of what that quote was, and I couldn't remember.
That's impossible.
Okay. Let's put in some quick predictions. What do you think the scorecard's going to read at the end of this, Nick?
Tau.
By what? What's the scorecard going to read? Points to points.
Table.
Do you think it's going to be tabled? What do you think?
It's a tricky one. I reckon definitely in Hamilton's favour. Although I think Manskie definitely has the way of pulling that back. But I reckon it'll end up being a 20. I'm going to say 28 to 18.
Yep. I think that honestly, with the way this deployment is, and with Hamilton going first, I think that's I think Manskie that'd be very respectable for Manskie to walk away with 18 points.
So we'll see how close I am to the mark.
Yeah, we will.
I have a lot of faith.
I'm going to assume that he's Mon card turn 1. Yeah, I will actually almost. Yeah, I'm going to bet he's Mon card turn 1. He's moved all his models.
Do you reckon that's the right move? Moncar turn 1?
I think you move turn 1. I don't think you Mon card.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. I reckon he needs double Kion if he wants to take out all those tanks.
That's the same. I think you just move up this turn. You have a shitty shooting phase. Next turn he moves up into range. You drop the Kion and you blitz. And then whatever's left, you blitz again. And then that should
What
be
about the hammerheads? Because they're not getting any benefits from...
Oh, they don't need to. They're hitting on 2s, man. Yeah, and then they're hitting on 3s if they move. Long strike still hitting on 2s if he moves.
Yeah, but how many shots do they get? D6, right?
D6, yeah.
It hurts when one of them misses, you know?
Yeah, it does. It actually does. But what he wants to do is... So he's got 2 Seeker missiles each as well. So he's got 6 He's got 6 crack missiles there. He's got the 3 ions. Long strike is an absolute ball bag. Absolute ball bag. Hamilton's looking in his codex because he actually doesn't know what he's doing.
You're brutal.
I do like calling games for my mates. It makes it more fun. I can talk a hell of a lot more shit. 31 viewers. Thank you for everybody who's joining us. This is the top. This is the perennial top table or possible top table. We will wait and find out at the end of Terracon 2019. We have Hayden, the man Manskie. I've just coined that now, and we have Hamilton, the
Cheesy Tau player.
Hamilton, the cheese. Sorry, Michael, the Hamilton cheese. Hamilton cheese. Michael, the cheese. Hamilton. We're just going from strength to strength to strength.
So
Perfection.
Nick, is who's Manskie repping these days? Is it Hammerhouse, Goldhammer, or Goathouse?
Goathouse. Yeah. Who even is he? He's an enigma. He's a mystery man.
The Hammered God House?
The Hammered God Goat.
The Hammered Goat House.
The Hammered Goat House.
The Goat Hammered House.
Yeah. He is GH. No, he's Godhammer, man.
God
apparently.
Hammer, give me my armor back, motherfucker.
But Godhammer, GH is also Goat House.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think of that. You can have it.
He's a bit bisexual there. He's like, I just don't want to pick. Just not going to pick a side. I'm going to play the entire field.
I have hope in my heart that this little face that Hayden's pulling is reminiscent of Eric in round 5 at ATC, where he was just grumpy all fucking day, and he's losing so hard, and then he pulls out a 20.
Nice. We just had the hammerheads move, guys. I hope that he remembers that the hammerheads have fly and he can place himself on top of buildings without issues. I also will note that that piece of terrain, I pointed this out in the last game, that piece of terrain he's in front of is only 3 inches high, so those hammerheads being on flight stands should be able to see over him, which means that it's more than likely this Chimera and then this Hellhound are both going to get punted this turn. He's got 60-inch range. If he can't see over this is 9 inches high, guys. This one in the middle, that's a big 9 inches high. So he's just going to be shooting around that. I think you can draw line of sight to there from that hammerhead. So it looks like all 3 hammerheads are going to be able to get use this turn. I wouldn't be dropping the Seeker missiles if I was him. I'd hold on to some of them because you kind of want them to go into, well, especially long strikes. You want his missiles to go into toughness 8 targets because he gets +1 to win against tanks. So they become very premium. They're winning on 2s against everything else. Winning on 3 against toughness 8s is the only way he's going to do that in this game. So long strikes the only way he's going to do that outside marker lights. And I honestly don't think the marker lights will be in range. If he's not crazy, the marker lights are in the 2nd floor of that ruin that he's hunkered up in front of. That'd be correct, yeah, guys, surely.
Yep.
So,
I concur.
So right here, guys, there should be 26 drones. There should be possibly Shadow Sun there, and possibly an Ethereal there, and then on the top floor you should have 1, 2, 3 marker lights, and then a Cadre Fireblade. Huh? It's almost a chode. Soon. This map really doesn't benefit Manskie either, because he's got no middle objective to hunker down behind. If there was an objective here, he could hunker down on 1, 2, and 3, the 2 in his deployment zone and the 1 in the middle, and just park like, he could park like 80, toughness 7, toughness 8 wounds on that objective, just be like, let's see if I hold it. Whereas now, like, there's no way for him to equal out. It's 2 versus 2 on the objective. He has to go get 1 if he wants to start getting points, because fuck knows he's not going to get kill more. Like, so he needs to be getting hold more if he wants to stay in touch. And that's going to be really difficult, really difficult. Can you give us, when you can feel like it, Nick, can you give us a report on the top table of Gabe versus Rymel, who's going first, what deployment they got, stuff like that? I will just have a quick check in Down Under Pairings and see if they're updating as they go, in which case to save you some effort. Are they chumps? Are they chumps? Are they chumps? Are they chumps? No, they're doing it. They're going as they go. So we have, who's going first? Alex, Gabe got turn 1.
Oh, he's saved.
Yep.
Down the bottom of the box was ticked. Tick who went first?
To go in first? No, so Alex is going first. I don't know if he's seized or not. It doesn't quite say. It just says turn 1 generically.
Oh, right. It's not under Gabe's.
Yeah. So they've got search and destroy. Which deployment search and destroy in the chat? I can never remember the fucking names. I know which number they are in the thingy. I can't remember what name they are. So Gabe has chosen for his secondaries Kingslayer, Big Game Hunter, and Recon. Big Game Hunter and Recon are both very good choices for him. He has planes. He has Dark
Search
Elder.
and destroy is the corners.
Quarters.
Quarters.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, man. So Big Game Hunter is 100% versus Alex. He has like 7 tanks plus a knight.
Used to be called Spearhead, I think.
This is pointy dawnable, pointy hammer and anvil.
Yeah, and then Alex Rymel has chosen Big Game Hunter, March for Death, and Butcher's Bill. I think that's fair as well. All right, back to our game though. I will keep that open for us so we can get updates as we go. Any questions about these lists, guys? If you do want the lists, just type !mark lists into the chat and they should come up and you guys should be able to see them. Looks like he's already popped a Chimera and he's getting his guys out and he wants to make sure his guys are going to be staying out of SMS range. Yeah, he's got to stay out of the SMS range, otherwise they'll just get picked up as well. So that is very quick. So that might have been 1 or 2 hammerheads just punted that Chimera. They're actually phenomenally good against Chimeras with their flat 3 damage. George just saying Manskie love his vehicle spam list. I remember him did similar with the Tau. Well, he does love vehicles. This wasn't his.
And Elder.
With Elder he loves vehicles as well. He had a Wave Serpent spam list. This wasn't his idea. This is Nick's list. The guy sitting next to me, who dropped out due to being unwell. And Manskie lovingly picked up his army and has gone 4-0 with it after just wandered into a tournament. Just pulled 4-0 out of his ass and to find himself in contention to take the whole thing.
And he played a girly man predator list as well.
A girly man predator.
That guy's a legend.
I love it.
We got 8. Looks like we got 8. He's going 5 and 5. This could only be a Riptide. Yep, and he's putting that into one of the Hellhounds. So here's the thing, yeah. He knows turn 1 Manskie can't get in range. So this is just all the shooting he's getting now is just gravy. It's just free shooting without reprisal. He's going to be able to do exactly the same thing next turn.
Well, not only that. So
He's going to
next
carry on
turn
as well.
He'll be able to move. He'll be able to move back a little bit.
Yeah, if he moves
and
forward.
shoot again.
Yeah, although most likely, so 10-inch move on tank commanders, but but they're not going to be in range. There's 24 inches on the multi-melters, and 24 on the Punisher cannon. So he's going to have to, even if he moves full, I'm going to say he's more than 36 away from each other now. So even if he moves the full 10 inches, I don't think he's going to be in range. So I'm not sure if he even needs to move if he doesn't want to. Yeah, well, this is just Tau, man. Tau just roll dice and you just pick stuff up.
Seems legit.
You know what? I reckon Manskie's going to win on objectives. I'm just going to call a wild card and go on the underdog.
Nice. What are we up to next? So he's got some split fire here. This might be the broadsides actually doing the high yields, and he might have split the high yields because one of them wasn't in range. Because it looks like he shot into that closest Hellhound and he's done some wounds. 3, 4, 5. And he's rolling to wound, so he's used a command and control node here as well. Yeah, 6 wounds he's done. And they'll be -2, if not -3, if he's got thing on him. He only passed 2 there, so it's 4d3 wounds have gone through. He's done 7 wounds to another Hellhound, so he's degraded 1, he's degraded 2 Hellhounds there. I think that's just with his broadsides.
No, it hasn't. It's track guards.
Of course. Track guards, so it means nothing, so they're pretty much a hemlock. I like that, I like track guards on Hellhounds, they're legit. Luke, what are you thinking? Give us some thoughts, brother.
Hey, what do track guards do? I actually don't know.
Ignore the degrading on your movement.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Vehicles. So pretty much a Hellhound always acts as full until it's dead. It still moves the same, it still shoots the same.
And all of it's
And his flamer is 12 inches or 8?
16 inches.
14.
Oh, wow.
16.
16?
Yeah, pretty sure 16. Yeah. I used
That sounds about right.
to think it was 18. Yeah, what else are you seeing, Luke?
I don't know. I already said before, but I think I always play on the side of safe. I probably would have moved the hammerheads, so, or at least place them like he's got nothing that's going to hit him. So I would have moved the hammerheads to get Kion next turn. And like you said before as well, I wouldn't have him on card.
Yeah, I wouldn't have him on card. So he's
I would
lost.
just double Kion.
Well, we don't know for sure he's on card. He has just picked up a Hellhammer. Sorry, Hammerhead. Sorry, Hellhound. Hellhammer, Hammerhead. Holy shit. All the H's.
Release the Hammer Hellhounds.
Yes, that's the new Baneblade chassis that's coming out.
Hammer Hellhound.
The Castellan Hound Hammer.
Really? I mean,
you just made that
I'm
perfect. He wouldn't be surprised. Andrew, pulling you into it like a fisherman. What do you think's going to happen next, man? What if you were in Manskie's shoes? What would you do?
Oh god, it's a tough one because the tower just going to delete anything that pokes their head out, basically.
Just pointing out, there's a message on the screen for Luke.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm eating my food. Oh no. Am I in trouble?
No, it's fine. It's just
Okay.
funny. Keep going, Andrew. Sorry, mate.
No, you're right.
Oh no. Oh, sorry. No. Gullible.
Yes, correct. Well done.
He got there.
Dude, I was looking in Twitch chat. I went up and down. I'm like, there's nothing here for me. You guys are liars.
So I'll just point out, another Hellhound has been picked up. So there's 2 Hellhounds and a Chimera gone turn 1. That is
2 Hellhounds and a Chimera.
Yeah,
So
What have we got
George
left?
suggested 3 dead chimeras at the end of turn 1.
that's pretty much that's the same thing. They're the same
It's,
chassis,
it's 3 chassis. Yeah.
and he looks
Except
like he's
losing Hellhounds is worse than losing Chimeras.
yeah, and he looks like he's done some wounds to the rearmost tank commander as well. I don't know if that's through an explosion or not, or just through some stray shots. But that's a paddling, guys. That is a paddling.
The problem is with Tau, like this table has a lot of LOS blocking terrain, but Tau just don't care. Like they got all that SMS as well.
He has 68 SMS shots. 60.
It's just nuts, man.
Fucking 8.
Yeah,
It's just
I agree with who said this was going to be a tabling.
Yeah.
It'll happen very, very quickly.
Yeah, I'm giving this 3 turns, unfortunately, and I love Manskie.
Yeah.
Manskie is my boy, but he's walking into an absolute meat grinder, and all he's got is one single wiener, one single. You know those little red ones that the butchers
Oh,
used
the
to
hot
give the
dog
kids.
wieners.
Yeah, he's got one little
Yeah.
hot dog wiener, and he's walking into the meat grinder, and he's like,
To give the kids, did you
"I
say?
fucking got
Little
this."
Frankfurt things.
Yeah, the Frankfurts, little Frankfurt wieners. Yeah, yeah. The gift to the little wieners to give to the
Jeez.
kids. Let's not go down that road. divert.
Abort. Stay on target.
Yeah. Would you be able to go get that update off table 1 for me? Thanks very much, mate.
So what could have Manskie done differently though?
So the range,
Probably nothing.
the range differential.
Not get seized on.
Yeah, not get fucking.
Yeah,
seized.
that also helps.
The range differential between these two armies is pretty. It's only 12 inches. So apart from the ions are 60 inches. There's nothing really outranges the 60 inches. But he could have deployed in such a way that doesn't matter who goes first. The riptides and the broadsides are not going to shoot. That he could have just gone retardedly ultra conservative, and he has the CP to a pop prepared position to how he wanted to. I don't think he has. My assumption is he didn't go prepared positions, which I would have, which would have given him a 4-up save instead of a 5-up against the riptides and the broadsides. So, yeah. Anyway, Nick's back. Update table 1.
There's not a whole lot missing from the table. We're now into Gabe's shooting phase, and Alex is just taking off handfuls of guardsmen.
Yeah, for sure.
Nothing major has been taken yet, but with those planes flying around, it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, for sure, dude. All right.
What flyers has he got?
Well, actually, let's go through those lists because that is our other top table, and that is 100% worth looking at. All right, Gabe Delolio, D-E-L-L-O, capital O for some reason, L-I-O, Delolio. He has a Cabal of the Obsidian Rose. Could somebody in chat tell me what that one does? He has 2 Archons, both with blasters, huskblades, and phantom grenade launchers. He has 3 units of warriors, each one with a phantasm grenade launcher. He has 3 Venoms with the splinter cannon splinter rifle. Thank you very much, my friend. And then he has a Cabal of Blackheart Archon with. He's got fucking Drazar. What the fuck? He's got Drazar. Sick. And he's got 3 more units. He's got 3 more units of Cavalite warriors.
You better.
And he's got 3 Ravagers and 3 Raiders. And then lastly, he has the triple Crimson Hunter Exarch Alatok Flywing. So that's 3 Raiders, 3 Venoms, 3 Ravagers. So he's got essentially 9 boats full of Dakar and 3 Crimson Hunter Exarchs. So that's
What do the XRs have? Star cannons or bright lances?
2 Bright Lancers. So he's gone. Well, because of the loss of Doom, I think that's the right call.
Yeah.
The Disintegrators just don't do what they used to do now. So I think that's a really good call. They're still only 175 points, man. It's fucking cheap. They're hitting on 2s.
Yeah, they're ridiculously cheap.
All right, switching over to Alex Arimal. We went over this in the last game, but let's go through it quickly for everybody's benefit. We have a Housecrast super heavy auxiliary, and he has a Crusader in there. He has him listed with the Headsman's Mark already, and the Warlord trait for First Knight, which gives him reroll 1s. Then he has a battalion detachment with that is Talan. He has 2 tank commanders, both with Punishers, just Punishers and HBs. That's it. 3 infantry squads. Then he has a Basilisk and a Wyvern. That's the detachment that gets taken as the artillery company. Then he has his next attachment, which is taken as the Emperor's Fist tank company. And he has another tank commander. This one has Old Grudges as a war trait. He has plasma cannons, and he has the Hammer of Sustenance. He shoots subway subs out of his cannon into you. Then he has 3 infantry squads, 2 Astropaths, 7 Bulgrin, and 2 heavy weapons teams. He also has 85 points set away for that sweet and saucy assassin, which in this game I would assume would be a Vindicare, because you know there's one thing that makes, like, if there's one thing in the game that will make a baby Archon cry, nice 2+ invel, mother effer.
It's a baby Eldar. It's anything Eldar.
Oh yeah, it's true. That Vindicare hates it.
Quick stratagem that lets you just snipe both of them in one single shooting phase.
What's the thing with the woman finds how to turn back aging by 20 years, doctors hate her. Like, a man finds out about Vindicare Assassin, Eldar hates him. Alright. Manskie's turn 1, look, he's obviously got a bloody nose now. He's like, holy shit, I didn't know these guys could do that. and he has figured out pretty quick smart, I think, what he needs to do. So he has split up his force. He has double moved. Looks like maybe even flatted out one of his tank commanders into this L-shaped ruin. He's got two chimeras sitting up here. He's got his two tank commanders there.
That one's Pask.
This one is Pask. Pask is right here with the P on him. So it might get interesting to see if he can. So here's the thing, yeah. So Manskie's done a really good move here. He's moved very conservatively, and had he been able to do this on turn 1, this would have been a very, very strong play. As for turn 2, I'm not quite sure if it's going to benefit him as much as he thinks. There are quite a few things that Hamilton can do now that are still getting line of sight. Firstly, a Riptide, being a monster but having fly, can park himself on top of this ruin, and he'll be able to see whatever the shit he wants. Like, literally, you'll be able to see him down onto everything. Past that, though, the Hammerheads having, I think, 14-inch move. They could, one of them could, Longstrike could probably park himself here. He can probably see down onto this commander. You might not be able to see these guys though.
He can't see the 3 in the middle.
You can't see the 3 in the middle,
No, they. I'm not sure if you saw it, but Manskie moved the Hammerhead
Okay.
to as far as it could go and checked what it could see.
Yep.
And yeah.
Nice. So that's a very good play by him. The other play, so I think the play would be to place one on top of this 6-inch ruin. At the minimum, you probably got a good chance of seeing this tank commander. If not, you definitely can see these chimeras.
Yep. Look, Manskie has taken as much of an advantage as he can from the terrain, but we will see. He's still got such a gap to close.
Yeah, man.
Because no matter what Manskie does, look, he has flatted out, which means, but with a lot of stuff, and it's a double moved at least with one of those tank commanders up in that top ruin. So from that perspective, it's not as if Hamilton can just move back and not get shot next turn.
Yeah. But the thing is that Hamilton can still create that 24-inch buffer. But he almost doesn't even...
Can he?
Yeah, he could. He could just go backline again. It would cost him some shooting, but he's not going to get that much shooting next turn anyway. But see, the thing is, though, what is Manskie's shooting actually going to accomplish? Is the problem. So from my point of view, he puts every SMS he has into finishing off that Hellhound. That Hellhound goes boom, maybe does some more wounds here or there to Pask. Then all his other flyer, anything that can see, anything that can get to that topmost tank commander goes into it. The tank commander's too far away. They're not going to be charging anything next turn. If they do, that's suicide. But he would 100%, if I was Manskie, suicide run that Hellhound in and try to get a charge off it. Even if it dies, the explosion does wounds anyway. So I think that Hellhound has to go next turn, and I think he just starts picking stuff up here, left, right, and centre. The C's did hurt a lot. George just said Gabe took Drazar because there's literally no other HQ for Cabals. Yeah, it's a bit lame, isn't it? Like, Witch Cults have, like, a Succubus and Lilith. Homunculus have Homunculus and Urian. And Cabals have an Archon or Drazar. And yeah, it's just a bit lame. They need some more diversity. They need, like, a next tier down HQ choice. Any thoughts
Sure
there?
they do.
Any
They're
thoughts
just in
there,
the
gentlemen?
elite slot.
Yeah, they're all in the elite slot. Gents, what do you think? Would you have done anything different to Manskie?
I mean, like, what can he do? He's got a hard round.
He's got to hide. He can't come out. But that's the thing, though. Apart from the Punishers don't do anything against Hamilton. They do literally nothing because they're all winding on 5s and he's getting a 2-up save. It's just literally 4 multi-melters. And the multi-melters, they just go on drones. They just go on drones. They just go on drones. It's really quite, like, it's dumbly punishing. Tower Supremacy. Yeah, where's the Bassi? Can you have a look for us? I'd have to assume it's in the bottom right because it's the only portion of the table we can't see. Yeah, it is in the bottom right. So Basilisk, for everybody at home, is just behind here.
Boom.
Where's the Vindicare?
I think he's standing on top.
I think he's
in
here.
that spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in the ruin in the center on the right.
Nice. All right.
Vindicare comes out and just takes out everyone.
Yeah. So the Vindicare is actually like it's actually a pretty shit choice against Tower with drones because it just kills one drone, and then the drone gets a save where the characters usually don't.
And Eversoul would have been better.
Yeah, but the Eversword can't make a charge. Declares a charge, it just dies.
Oh, it just dies.
Yeah, but the Vindicator is like the only choice you can make, and it's still not a good one.
What about Calidus?
Mood lighting.
Why would he turn the lights off?
A Calidus
Oh, okay.
is
A Calidus? Yeah, I don't know about a Calidus. Because she can start 3 inches away, but still, she just dies before she makes. She declares in a charge and gets picked up. As long as you have a strong castle.
Yeah.
So I'd like to point out Hamilton got five points in his first turn, that being 1 for Big Game Hunter, 2 for Mark for Death. So he marked the Hellhounds, guys. He marked the Hellhounds for death. So the Headhunters...
That's probably fair.
It is. You marked for death the 3 Hellhounds. You Big Game Hunter like on 4 Chimeras and a Basilisk, and then you got 3 character tank commanders to pick up. It's just you just kill all the tanks, which he's going to have to do anyway, and you just get max points. Seems good. Seems good.
That's because it is.
Why didn't you think about that shit when you wrote it, Nick? Fuck.
Yeah, my bad.
How's gonna tell?
So, who did I cut off? Did I cut off you, Andrew, or Luke?
Oh no, it's all good.
Don't be shy, boys. Cut in. Tell me where to go.
Oh, I'm eating a katsu chicken curry, so
It's a good time.
I'm content.
He's loving life.
How could you not?
I'm eating twisties.
He's
But I
loving
was
life
gonna
too.
say, so Adam, you're a Tau player. Do you think there's any Tau list that doesn't include the 3 broadsides?
Yeah, mine do. I wouldn't have taken. So the original list I gave for Hamilton to try, because so Hamilton's doing me a favour here. Because I wanted to play in this event, and this was a list that I wanted to try for the ETC team. I just wanted to test out a few concepts, and so I asked him to take my list, and then he said, "Oh, I don't want to take your exact list because he didn't like it that much." And I said, "Can you please at least take the hammerheads? Take the 2 hammerheads and long strike. I really need to know if they're actually as good as I think they are." It seems like he's on the top table. They can't be that shit. But I actually don't like broadsides. I actually don't like them at all.
I don't like their movement.
I don't like that they're slow in movement. I don't like that they can't fly.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't
Yeah,
like-
movement and no fly.
They're exploitable. They're an exploitable element that I don't particularly like having in a list. If I'm going to bring a negative, if I'm going to play a top table douchebag tower list, I want it to be as negative as a concept to engage with as possible. So by having this, it's a 4-tiered idea. So firstly. It's Tau, so everything shoots. Everything shoots like crazy. Everything shoots like crazy in Overwatch. Everything has drones. Everything has fly. So if you're going to charge me, you have to be competent enough to survive the Overwatch. You have to get into combat with enough power that you kill stuff, not just kill drones. You have to, and then you have to actually do enough meaningful damage that it was worth it in the first place, so that I just don't fall back and you didn't actually accomplish anything. So that's the point. I'm trying to build a list for ETC that is just so negative to be involved with that it's just a deterrence. I'm building layers of deterrent into a list, and I think broadsides takes away one of those deterrents because you give a pinnable option.
Yeah, it's true, but man, their points and firepower is just nuts.
They are retarded. So here's another thing though. Just because you can take more firepower doesn't mean you need to. 3 Riptides,
Yeah, exactly.
3 Hammerheads, and the army I've got has a couple of missile side commanders. You don't need that. I've never found like I've lacked it. I'm like, man, broadsides would be really good right now. I kill everything I try to kill anyway. Just because it doesn't matter if I could kill it more. It's already dead.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So that's my concept at least. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm like 9 broadsides is just too bad. You can't win.
Nah, I don't like the 9 broadsides. I think that's too immobile and too, as you said, exploitable. Because you can sort of work your way through it. If you can tag one, you're in trouble.
Well, you can already see now how fast the hammerheads are pushing down the right side.
Yeah.
That's going to pressure him quite.
Well, it's just going to mean he's just created a big shooting gallery here. If Hayden ever tries to pivot around this and tries to get out there, anything that moves out is just going to get auto spanked. That's actually pretty good play. He's going to start wasting infantry here and infantry here. They're just going to start taking SMS to the face and getting pushed out. He's pushing down those on their right flank to start contesting home objectives.
The one thing I would point out, though, Adam, is am I right in thinking range-wise, because Hamilton hasn't really moved back with that top left-hand corner, is it a potential that those tanks do pop out and shoot those riptides, but are not being shot back by the
It
hammerheads?
is possible. It is absolutely possible. So he could align them around here. At the moment, do you guys think that both riptides can see? I think both riptides can see into that.
Probably.
Yeah, easily. I think maybe one or two broadsides can't. I think there's broadsides here, there's broadsides here. They might be blocked. But he's definitely done a good job in avoiding the ion cannons and the hammerheads. So George just pointed out once Michael has scored his secondaries, his primary scoring will slow right down. The problem with that, George, is that once he's scored his secondaries, that means Manskie's got like no army. So it doesn't matter if he stops scoring, Manskie's not either.
He should amend that to as soon as he stops scoring his secondaries, their game is over
game's
and they're
over.
packing up.
Yeah, probably. Probably. I think we've had a cow on this turn. Nothing has moved. That can only be because he's cow-yawning, and he's decided he's just going to ace these three tanks. Just going to cop the hiding of a lifetime. And he has decent odds to pull all three down with rerolls to hit, and the broadsides rerolling to wound.
Oh, they're dead.
Yeah, I think they're quite
Very
dead.
likely dead.
What's your prediction?
Not to be a pessimist or anything.
I think he has his. Yeah. So flat 3 damage has gone through onto one tank. I don't know where that was from. Only flat 3 damage he has is the ions. Ah, okay. This is the Basilisk, guys. He's got. So where is this cursor? So he has line of sight onto the Basilisk down here.
Or
I think he only took 3 damage though, so it's not too bad. He mustn't have rolled many shots.
Isn't the bottom floor supposed to block?
Yeah, but he must be peeking out
windows
from the side.
are.
And
Windows are.
think about how big that cannon is. You can probably see it through the second level. It is compensating pretty hard, that cannon. So George just said, is it too easy to turn the game into a shooting gallery for little work tactical? I believe it is. As a guy who's playing Tower right now, I think I haven't. I've played probably about 25 Tower games. And I think I've broken a sweat twice. Like, metaphorically speaking, like in the game, I feel like I've been pushed and I've broken a sweat twice. Even when I lose, it's like I knew I was going to, so it didn't bother me, because it's very easy to see when you're going to smash and when you're going to lose with Tower. Like, this guy's brought exactly the right tools and he's using them all perfectly. Like Simon did against me at Masters. He brought the right tools, he used them well. You can see that game on Down Under Network. You can watch me get my ass handed to me live on stream and get
That game would have been completely different though if you hadn't removed the wrong
drone,
shield
man.
drone.
Yeah, if I removed the wrong shield drone. That's okay. That was my 4th game with Tau ever. So whatever.
Ooh, moving the wrong shield drone at him.
It was. Yeah, rookie error, man. Cost me a Riptide.
We'll have to chat about that later, I think.
Yeah, we will, man.
No, I'm kidding.
Pull me off the ETC team. You can take my spot, mate.
You might need some lessons with Godhammer Gaming.
Yeah, I'll sign up for Godhammer Gaming. You want to plug anything, either of you gentlemen?
Yeah, we're doing training videos. We'll start up training videos.
my
Eric
gosh.
is on the first one. I'm in the process of editing them. So you might have to watch that, Adam.
I will.
I'll
Yeah,
tag you.
I'll learn a few things, mate. Thank you so much.
Where will we be able to watch those videos? Do you suggest?
At my good co-friend's website or Twitch channel, Down on the Network.
Oh
Boom.
my God!
Really?
Yeah.
This is news.
How did that come
This
to
is
pass?
news.
Yeah, who are these awesome dudes at Down on a Network that you're talking about?
They're a married couple. One's name is Adam, and the other's is well, I think I've only ever called him Diff, but his name is Josh.
He has no other name.
Yes.
We'll link that. We will have that stuff up on our page, George, as soon as it is live. That will be going straight up on all our pages. We will be spruiking it. We'll be sharing it with everybody. Jump on it if it is something you're interested in.
So you've
Spoiler.
heard it here first. Here you go.
Spoiler as well. The first game is of training is Eric on his famous GK, and he explains how he did so well with them.
Holy shit, that's actually pretty saucy.
So all those American people can finally understand that maybe he's not. It's not just the weird Australian meta. It's actually Eric knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's
More than
crazy though,
likely.
because like I brought in a different army. It was Seer Council plus a Wraithblade bomb,
Yep.
and I deploy, he deploys, and then I'm like, all right, Eric, what do you think? And he's like, all right, well, I think Luke's going to do this. During my first turn, he's like, all right, Luke's going to do this. He's going to try and bully me through the game from this. And he just basically, on turn one, just from deployment, he picked apart my whole game. And I was like, well, I don't know what to do now. Should I try and change up my game plan, or should I just keep going? Or
And Eric is a cyborg, George. 100% a robot.
The
He's been
man, the myth, the
engineered.
legend. Yeah, so you have heard it here first. The normal bloke will be our new northern
Queensland
correspondent.
correspondence, yes. They will be streaming under the Down Under Network banner. I will be joining him on streams, talking some shit. Josh will as well. We will be remoting into them, and they're going to, like Luke is right now, he's remoting into us. And maybe Andrew will do the same in New South. And we'll, of course, Andrew still remaining a war game, but we're going to create a big mother effing Australian tabletop war game, whatever the shit network, where we can watch all the games that are happening. Everybody can tune into everybody. Everybody's connected. All the content is amazing, and it's going to be absolutely fucking mind blowing, guys.
Sounds good.
All right, where are we at here? It looks like
There's
the tower
some
player.
shooting.
Looks like the tower player is rolling some dice. It's probably combat. It's probably combat, guys. He's probably charged. He's got numerous
It
charges.
can't possibly be combat. There's too many dice
He's
there.
gonna wrap. He's gonna wrap him in combat. It's gonna sort him out.
We all know that one. We all know that one mate that says, "No, I can make combat tower work."
Yeah, we all know that guy. His name's Tim Robards. He's like, hold my beer. Crude army. Yeah. All right, looks like we have some wins. We have that rearmost tank commander has just been removed.
Ouch.
Ouch indeed. We have some guardsmen that were in this middle section. They're gone as well. They did occupy this area, and we've lost the tank commander here. R.I.P. Tanky, the tank commander.
Like, all right. So let's say you're in Manskie's shoes right now. I can't see a way out of this for Manskie.
No.
I literally think he runs the F away and gets all of his and just sits chimeras on his back two objectives and gets hold every turn. I think it's the only points he gets in this game.
Yeah, he needs to scrounge what points he can, and
But it's a loss. Like, I mean, there's literally.
This is the top of turn 2, and he's lost half. He's lost half his army.
yeah,
And
we're still going.
Michael hasn't lost anything.
Michael has lost no efficiency, 0. Tau is a heinous time.
see, like, while I respect Tower, I just hate the concept behind some of the Tower lists where it's just there's not much interaction. It's just sit there and
It's
shoot.
built to be negative. I'm just gonna dude, my ATC list. I won 3 games. I play a movement phase. I deployed and then I rolled dice in the shooting phase until I won. I didn't actually fucking move, man.
That's what I mean. You played 2 phases of the game at most.
We worked it out. So
Yeah,
there's
very
out of 5 rounds, out of a possible 7 turns per round. So that's what, 35. I played 14. I played less than half the available turns of ATC. I played 14 turns out of a possible 35.
Ouch.
Think
You
about
just
that.
tabled everyone.
I did. I didn't do anything. Like, I didn't do anything. I didn't earn it. I didn't feel like I won. Like, I win it. I'm just rolling
Hollow
dice.
victory.
I'm just rolling dice, apologizing. Like, I had this concept at dinner. I was like, when you pull up your first bucket of dice and you roll them, and you're like, I'm sorry, dude. And they pick up half their army, and then you're like, okay. And then you're like, there's another one. You're like, second bucket, and then you roll that one, and you're like, and there's the third one. And the whole time you're just like, I'm so sorry. I know you spent hours painting those just to this event, and pick those up too. And those ones, yeah, they're gone. Oh, yeah. It's just, ugh. When I was playing...
Adam, that's like the equivalent of like using a pillow to smother somebody while saying sorry.
Exactly right. Spot on. So we had this concept in... when I was playing Fantasy in 7th edition, 8th edition of Fantasy, dwarves were Tau. So dwarves would have these super stupidly hardy screens with like 2 up and 3+ saves, which back then in Fantasy was retarded. And then behind that, they'd have organ guns, they'd have rock throwers, they'd have cannons, and they wouldn't move, and you would just walk at them and pick up your models. And that is exactly what Tau is. You walk at them, and that you pick up your models. And that's it. They stand there, and they roll dice, and you pick up your shit. It's, it's just a bit... Yeah, Iron Breakers. Exactly right, George. It's just the screens of Iron Breakers, and then Iron Drakes. And Organ Guns, man. Organ Guns were so fucked. Anyway, back to 40k.
Yeah, you lost me, bro.
Yeah, it's nice. I lost you when I
I
talked
don't
about...
play this square bases rubbish.
Well, it's a historic. It's Warhammer Historicals now. It's moved on into the past.
I actually know what you're talking about, Adam.
Really?
Yeah,
Andrew, you've just gone up like 3 rungs in my esteem.
I used to run Chaos back in
Ah,
3rd
sick.
and 4th and 5th. Yeah.
I was a Ogres and Vampires player. Mostly Ogres. though.
Ogres were good.
Ogres were just
I had Tomb
fun.
Kings actually by the end of it.
I still have I'm sitting on a little nest egg of new in-box Tomb Kings. I'm just waiting for that.
Nice.
Just waiting for that stock market because their stock's only going to go up, baby. 5-6 years from now, everyone's going to be like, "Holy shit, new in-box Tomb Kings! Yes, I'll give you $600 for like $200 worth of stuff."
Look,
It's not
I'll
going to
do-
happen.
That's probably not going to happen.
Straight after an ogre player used Hellheart,
Oh, dude, Hellheart.
killed all of my vampires and blew up all of my units in a 2,500 point game, and I literally died to a 50-point island.
Yep, it's legit.
That was it.
There was some crazy shit in fantasy. Purple Sun, Dwellers Below, Pit of Shades, Mind Razor. Nice. I missed that game. Anyway, I don't miss this game because we're watching it right now. Pask looks like he's dead. Pask is gone, guys. He rolled to explode. He did not. So there's 2 tank commanders picked up this turn. That is 2 either marked for death or headhunters, but either way, there's 2 more secondaries picked up. So
The Hellhound took a few wounds as well.
yeah,
What's left to shoot though?
I can't think there's much left to shoot. Yep. So,
So,
got
I mean, this is a pretty demoralising game, though.
100%. So a horrible deployment for Manskie, getting seized on and having to play this matchup. Yeah, horrific.
Yeah.
Actually horrible.
The good thing about these games, though, is that it's generally over quick.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
Like this game goes like
It's like ripping off a band-aid.
Yeah. I think Manskie, George, that's a great call. Quote of the day. Have you guys read out? So everybody who's might be a little bit bored with this game because it is just going kind of by the numbers. Cast your eyes to our scrolling text and have a read. There is some funny stuff in there. Look at that. Look at that. Lehman
What's
Russ
going
facing
on the
backwards.
other table?
Would you like to give us a report on? Come on, Nick. Do it for your,
Long ass
do it for your
weekend.
people. I have a Red Bull here. Would you like it?
No way.
It's fine.
But thank you.
I didn't do it, Diffie. I didn't crack the second one. You'd be proud.
I did.
Yeah, of course you did. I'll put it in the tub. This could be our
Good
emergency
call.
Red Bull.
It's an emergency stuff.
Emergency Red Bull. One of us wakes up in the morning and is like, "Oh, I'm dying." Yeah,
Well, I have one every day.
I know you do. You're a freak.
Well, if you want, I'm having a look at the Down Under Pairings website.
Yeah.
Turn 2, Gabe is up 10 points to Rimmel's 1.
Ooh, it's a big
Ouch.
lead.
That's a shellac.
The other scores that we've got so far is Jared. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that last name. Versus Matt Cross. So that's 7-6 at the moment. Matt
a nice close
Morrisoli versus Jason Chevalier. Jason is 3-1, so that's obviously still early on.
Yeah, very early days.
What about some other ones? We don't have any scores in from Dan Martin or Stuart yet.
You weren't kidding about a cookie.
No. Those are George's advice. He said, give Nick a cookie. I've now given him a cookie.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Alex. There is a tank commander that is dead. There's a handful of Ogres that are dead. A lot of cards went off the table. And Gabe has lost, I think, of Venom? I think that's what they call Venom.
Yeah.
Or a Viper.
So, yeah.
That's another one I would definitely back the Drukari to just table Rimmel's list from what I saw.
He needs to take Endless Fury pretty much in order to get any legs up in that game versus Crimson Hunter Exiles. But at the same time, Hesper's Mark is also legit against him too. it's not just a bunch of bad choices for Rimmel in that matchup, I think.
Yeah.
But so if Gabe crushes that game, he's pretty much secured top spot.
Yep, 100%.
Unless, or even if Hamilton gets an absolute pile driving, I don't think he drops. He jumps Gabe. I'm just going to look at the leaderboard very quickly.
Gabe's too far ahead, I think.
Yeah. So Gabe is, Gabe is 14 points up on Michael Hamilton. So there needs to be a 15 points difference between their scores, which is unlikely. So if Gabe gets anything over 30, this is locked up and Gabe's going to get first place. Although there is technically a soft score, pain score element to this for podium, but that would guarantee Gabe a podium in overall and best general.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gabe is owning.
Is he a new kid on the block in SA?
Yeah, I don't know much about Gabe. Could get a report about that. Anybody in SA in the chat who knows Gabe, give us a little bit of background on that gentleman. He's got a bit of an accent. I would like to know what his background is, where he's from. Doesn't just chatting to him seems like he's a native of another nation and lovingly moved to this great South Australia we kind of like. We accept. It's part of our country. We tolerate. I don't know.
I don't think any South Australians in the chat. They're all here at Terracon.
That's true. Literally all the South Australian 40k gamers are here. Vindicare is dialing up. Looks like Pask is the tank commander that's still alive, and he has just been joined by a Chimera up in this top little bunker. The other Chimera has gone here to, for some reason, suicide into the middle of the table for unknown reasons. And the other Chimera is pushed out around, and he's also on a suicide run.
That's the Hellhound, isn't it?
Oh, sorry, this is the Hellhound, yeah.
Is he going to be in range of anything?
No, he's not. That is not in range of anything. I don't know why he's there. Maybe he's on sweet F all wounds left, and he's just moving him out to get him away from explosion range of other stuff.
That and to give him something to shoot.
Yeah, well, he's probably 16-inch range to shoot on the hammerheads. That's a waste of time, but possibly the broadsides, which is less of a waste of time.
I'm starting to think I should have brought my other list, which had 3 Death Strike missile launchers in it.
Oh my god.
That would have been really funny.
It would have been. Death Strikes are one of the funniest, most hilarious units in the game, and they're absolute fucking trash. The fact that they are only you have a 50% chance of it going off in turn 3. 50-50 of it going off in turn 3. No, turn 4. No, turn 4. So so bad. So bad, man. By then, it's either you're dead or they're dead anyway, it doesn't matter. Looks like Hamilton's moving around to his models. Might be picking up something. Yes, the hammerhead has been dropped. Long strike or not long strike? That was long strike. Long strike has been picked up.
Nice.
Hayden doing some magic.
Yeah, it's probably double shooting the Basilisk.
Maybe even the Hellhound.
And the Hellhound. The Hellhound might have finished him off, yeah. This will be this like to be a Punisher.
Oh, was that long strike?
Yeah, that was long strike. Just got picked up.
Oh, it's all coming up. Millhouse, he's making a comeback.
Starts from here.
What
Called
did
the
he do that
comeback
with?
train.
I don't know what he did that with, but maybe the Basilisk. Just a couple of turns of the 2 turns of the Basilisk shooting twice from the formation. Goodness.
I should probably know this because it's my list.
You should probably should.
Vindicare have
Dude.
tank rounds?
Yeah, it does. You can do D3 mortal wounds to a tank.
Yeah, but George was paying attention and we weren't. Apparently he's rolled a 1 to hit twice. And rolled a 1 on the D6 wounds.
Wow.
Just rolled lots of 1s.
I like you, George. You pay
Yeah,
attention.
George is all over this shit. Why don't we get George in here and ditch me off?
Well, then we'd lose a viewer.
It's true. We want to lose a viewer. And he's a damn good viewer. Do you know what this is? You know the episode of Simpsons where Bart falls down a well and Sting is digging the hole? And Marge is like, I don't think Bart likes Sting. And Homer's like, shut up, he's a good digger. That is George. That is George for Down Under Network.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Sting.
George. Yeah, dude. George, Sting, George.
George.
George. No, I'm not doing your surname, man. I'm not doing it.
I don't think George is his name.
It is George, nah.
It is
Yeah, me and George talk. George messages me all the time. We talk smack. We talk lists. Talking custodes a lot.
Thank you, Sting.
Thank you, Sting. Digging us out of this well.
Dig up, stupid.
Dig up. That was the giant T, wasn't it? There's millions of dollars buried under a giant T. Damn, there's some good Simpsons episodes. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Looks like we are into bottom of 3.
And Manskie's tabled the tower player
Yeah,
somehow.
it's all over.
While we weren't paying attention.
Yeah, it's over. We can all leave now. Tower has fallen. Everything is right with the world. We can all go home.
What if Manskie was to accidentally bump the table and all the towel fell off? I'm just saying.
It's the thing.
Because that's one way to deal with the towel player.
Oh my god.
What is going on here?
That has to be a Punisher.
It has to be a Punisher. There's nothing else in his army that throws that much dice. But I wouldn't have thought pass.
Or he's combined all of his mortars.
Okay, yeah. What's shooting now, guys? Okay. Punisher is shooting drones. Oh, okay. Dude, I legit couldn't see that tank commander. There's a tank commander here. He's camouflaged so well, I couldn't see him.
Oh my god.
Paint job.
It was Nick's paint job.
Mate, that's what you want camouflage to do,
And
right?
so he's seen around here into drones, and he's punched all his guns into drones.
I love it. It's a camo paint scheme.
It is. It's good as.
Cadia.
For those, so obviously we've got 2 up and coming tournament streamers joining us
We do.
in our guest hosts from the Normal Blokes and Warzone Wargaming. One of the things I'd like to point out is while this gaming mat looks awesome, it ain't that great for streaming.
Explain why. Tell the people why.
You want a
tell me
contrast
why.
color. You want a contrast color. The best, in my opinion, the best mats for streaming are snow tables.
Yeah? Because no one paints their armies white.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, because the models
White
like
scars aren't good enough.
because white scars aren't good enough.
Yeah.
That and who actually has white scars.
I do.
Yeah, I do.
All right, I'll shut my big mouth then. No, ideally, what you want is you want not a solid color because then it's a little boring, but you want something that will contrast well off the models.
Yep.
And so I find a snow table works best because generally speaking, models show up better.
Yeah, generally speaking.
Well, guess what's going to be the stream table at WinterCon then?
Well, there you go.
Table.
How apt.
It might have snow
Lava.
things happen. Yeah, definitely lava.
Yeah. A desert table. Look, obviously for WinterCon, a winter table makes a heap of sense. But another good table, good mat is a desert mat.
The lighter desert one from
lighter
My
colours.
Gaming. Yeah, that one's a good one.
Yeah.
Looks like we're still rolling saves on drones. Yep, he's just killed another squad. Looks like he's killed 2 squads of drones with this tank commander. Is it good?
George says just put a white bed sheet down over the table.
Good call, man. George with the calls today. So that's good. That's
he's
a
on
good.
fire.
That is a very good return for that Punisher. Problem is, hasn't actually cost any firepower. So
Well, he needed to deal with the drones.
he has to.
Need something else to
Yeah,
start dealing damage.
to the actual
Because
stuff.
at least he was getting to wound the drones at their toughness.
Yeah, exactly right.
Versus, because otherwise, because if you shoot at the Riptides, you're still only killing drones anyway.
Well, the thing is with the
Like-
Punisher is the Riptide. The Riptide just takes 2 up save. 2 up armor, 2 up armor, 2 up armor, 2 up armor. It doesn't matter. Like on the 40 shots, theoretically all 40 wound, he does 4 wounds, does 5 wounds to the Riptide. Doesn't give a shit. Yeah.
Is there a dog there?
No, that's my little dog. I apologize.
Oh, don't apologize.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Yes, there is a dog here. Damage brought to his dog.
Dogs are friends of all of us.
Now, here's a question, right? So, what's better? Do you reckon Punisher guard tanks or Valkyries or Vultures? Sorry,
What's the point difference?
Vultures are better.
Vultures are about 20 points cheaper, but
Then,
they
The
hit on
vultures are the better.
Yeah, vultures.
Yeah.
Playing ITC, where so many things can be line of sight blocking and bottom levels of line of sight blocking, flyers just override that
Yeah.
so much better.
All that directional fire is
Yeah.
amazing. I
But
like to,
keeping in mind, you couldn't take vultures at Terracon.
yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
because they're
They're
Forge World.
Forge World.
Oh, true.
No Forge
So
World at
we
Terracon.
are into the top of turn 3. Look, Hayden made some inroads there. He's shortened this gap. It's still a 4-point gap, 11 to 7 in Michael's favour, and I think that's only going to widen. That tank command, which I've kept circled just for my benefits. I don't forget the bastards there. He is public enemy number 1, and it looks like both of these hammerheads are both going to be able to shoot into the basilisk this turn, probably acing that too. So as soon as those 2 assets are gone, there is nothing left here on this table that can threaten the 2+ saves of the tower castle, and that just becomes becomes a bad day. It's a bad day, guys. It's a bad day to be a guardsman. If I was in the guard this day, I would have called in sick.
Ha.
So there was a lot of terms and so back to the Vulture versus Punisher chat. There's a lot of terms and conditions attached to a tank commander getting 40 shots. Has to move under its range. Has to be in 24. Has to move under half. Has to be in 24-inch range, etc. Whereas the Vulture gets to move 40 inches and still shoots 40 shots. I think that in itself gives it the edge. I see the only thing I wish about the Vulture, but it's not that big a deal. It's like having an amazing stake and wishing for another one, is that it was 2 Punisher cannons, not 1 twin Punisher cannon. So you could put 20 into 2. Like you got to go kill a scout squad. You have to kill a scout at this turn. Well, because I'm putting 40 shots into it because I don't have another option. If you could put 20 there, 20 there, that'd be so much better.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But there's one thing that I actually really think is an oversight for them, and that's that vultures can decide to hover. And so, if you're versing a horde, you can go, cool, I'm going to hover and I'm going to jump over your lines and tag your horde at the back.
Yeah, man.
So then you have to pile in that way.
Yep. Pulls you away, and the horde's not very well. Most hordes aren't very good at dealing with punishers.
No.
Mr. McGowan has just joined us. Our brother from Queensland. How you doing, mate?
We love you, McGowan.
Mr. McGowan. He's doing the spirit bomb for you. Very lackluster, Nick. Up your game. Gosh. So, if you're Michael, what are you doing here? Big game hunter, you got 3-4. Mark that you got 2-4. Headhunter, you got 0-4. We should have more for Headhunter. We should have 2 for Headhunter for 2 tank commanders picked up. Oof. Yeah, so he's just asking some quiet questions about what he can pick up this turn. Manskie got some NID reserves. No, he doesn't, unfortunately. In come the flamer bombs, in comes the Roxor bomb. That's the thing, though, like, even then, I don't...
Pyrovores for the win.
Dude, Pyrovores don't exist. Don't you bring myth into this chat? We don't need that kind of shit here. Next, you'll be telling me...
No, I think I've seen one in first one in the tournament once.
Nah, you're tripping, dude. It was a dream.
Definitely
like the
just a
chemtrails.
fireball that he pushed up the front, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right.
It's like the chemtrails, bro.
Yeah. There's no such thing as Pyrovores.
Eric likes them. Just saying.
Well, he's wrong. He's delusional as well.
Yeah, he doesn't know what he's doing, man.
No, he's incorrect. Yeah.
He doesn't even play Tyranids.
He's gone mad.
Plays
With,
Green
he's
Knight.
gone mad with power. He's just started making up units. Like, it's crazy.
Oh man, you should hear some of the discussions that come out. You have no idea.
Dude, I hang around with Martino. I know exactly what you're talking about.
But it's funny, like he comes up to me with all these ideas and throws them out, and I'm like, no, it doesn't sound good. And then after a while, I look at it, I'm like, nope, I was wrong. It's pretty good.
He has had some shit ideas before. He's run some ideas past me, and I've just been like, nah, man, you're reaching too far. This is a road too far for Ian and Eric.
The beast from the east is Eric, right?
Nah. Delusional. You're lying.
In the chat.
I know, I've just been a dick now. I don't actually know if it's him. I've got no idea.
I've got like a 60% gut feel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, he was.
that 60% went to 100% right then. Actually, there's probably a 95%. There's still some chance of some troll who thinks he's Eric.
Oh yeah, there's some dude just smearing feces on a wall. My name's Eric. My name's Eric. All right, looks like we haven't seen the shooting phase open up yet. Dragging their feet. This thing's going to be going an hour and a half already. Oh, no, we did have the screen on for a good 15 before we even kicked in. Eric just went out and bought some D4s so he can give other players a chance. It's pretty good.
That's pretty funny.
Looks like we have that Hellhound. What did? Oh my god. Dyak Grek, the crew shaper from Blackstone's Fortress that you just take for 20 points because he fills out your Vanguard, just did a wound to the Hellhound. Holy shit. Because Manskie needed that. Even the pieces of shit that he's taking just to fill his detachments are getting value. The Pyrevores will come. Yeah, when you contact G-Dub and tell them to invent a unit for you, because they don't exist. There's a couple of other units that don't exist either. Like Elves, Gremlin, and Eskimos. It's another Simpsons quote, guys. Just plugging in the Simpsons quotes.
I do love The Simpsons.
So this is broadsides. So half the Smash missiles into the Hellhound, half the Smash missiles into Pask. And looks like he's done his Markelites already. And he's going to be rerolling the ones. Taking out the twos, yep. It's a healthy amount of hits. I hope he's not doing the SMS first, because you're just going to kill him with the missile pods and just waste some time. Oh, so this is just the SMS. Oh, but he's got command and control nodes. This is the reroll. Why are you doing the SMS first, you chump? Wasting time. Precious time. All right, we'll go quickly and look at Gabe and Rymel's game, and we will see if anything has developed on that side of things. Where are we?
Rymel tabled yet?
We'll find out.
Maybe that can be his nickname, Old Alex Getting Tabled Rymel.
Well, I went 4-0, so it's pretty good.
Ouch.
It's 19-1 at the moment.
I thought
which seems
Hayden was Disco Inferno forward.
It seems inconceivable.
Where do you think he gets it from?
19-1 actually seems inconceivable.
Yeah, how has he not scored more than 1 point?
Hey Nick, what are you up to?
Nick, what are you doing?
I'm just wallowing in self-pity.
Are you sleepy? You a sleepy boy?
Everything.
He's everything right now, guys.
Alright.
Alright, I'll do my hard job.
Off I go then.
Fine. Remoting in right now, Mr. McGowan, we have Andrew Gerard of West Coast Wargaming. Sorry, Warzone Wargaming.
Warzone Wargaming.
What is the West Coast? It's not even.
East Coast, mate.
East Coast, yeah. Warzone Wargaming, and we have your mate and ours, Luke Pearce from the Normal Blokes.
And
Hey,
I'm remoting
McGowan.
in too.
It's not completely over. One of the planes is dead. A couple more Dark Elder are dead. A Ravager is dead. But Rymel has lost 5 Ogrins now.
Wow, okay.
So the Ogrin Star's probably not long for this world.
What do you think's doing that? Is that just Dizzies over time? Just Disintegrators wearing them down?
They were standing in front of 2 Dizzy Ravagers before, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
How is he still only on 1 point though? Surely he's got to hold one a couple of times.
And kill a couple
And
of
Probably
times.
kill
just
one
been missed.
a couple of times.
Yeah. Can you ask them if their scores are accurate? Can you walk up and just say, guys, you've been updating your scores?
You clowns.
Assert, Nick. Assert right into him.
Alright, so I'm pretty confident that camouflage tank has been killed.
He is killed. He's not gotten better camouflaged. He's not been better camouflaged. He's
It could have
removed.
been. Who knows? Who knows?
He got extra camouflage.
It's hiding in that yellow square up the top.
Yeah. All right. I think Ryan just said he's getting smashed. Scores are correct. It's 19-1. Okay.
Oh wow.
Jeez. What the fuck?
So he hasn't held one in like 2 turns.
Yeah, he hasn't held and he hasn't killed. So, which doesn't make sense. If he's killed the plane, he's killed Ravagers. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, if they say it's accurate, we'll roll with them.
Yep.
Looks like we have. I don't know. I was about to say, it looks like we have some wounds taken in the riptides, but of course they take their own wounds. They're like, because they shoot better.
They take 1 wound,
I know.
as if that's taking wounds.
As if it's not. Yeah, exactly right. Did Gabe spike Alex's drink or something? It is possible.
Oh, their score's just updated. It's 19-3 now.
Oh,
big
my
turn
God.
for him.
The fucking
Watch
submarines are about to break.
Watch out.
Okay.
Just having some more guards and picked up. The Hellhound has been picked up as well. So there's a tank commander and a Hellhound. And I can't, as the Basilisk. I can't see the Basilisk anymore.
Basilisk is in the bottom right corner on the screen.
I used to be able to see him. He might be dead. Hey, McGowan just gave us another cheer. Thank you, my brother. We love you. And your bald, sassy head. I want to grease it up and rub it on my chest.
Ooh,
That's what the
please
bits,
do it on stream.
that's what the bits buy you.
Can we do that on stream?
We can't do it on stream. We can do it on Facebook maybe. Not on Twitch.
As long as there's no nipples, I think we're fine.
Basilisk is also dead, guys. So my
Just put
prediction-
tape over them. Just put tape over the nipples.
Tape
You'll be
over the
fine.
nipples.
Odyssey patches.
My prediction for this turn was that the Tank Commander was going to go, the Hellhound was going to go, and the Basilisk was going to go, and I've been correct on all 3 counts. There's another 3 major assets lost to Mr. Manskie. That was turn fucking 2. Or was that turn 3? Oh, that was just turn 3.
That's ended. Yeah, ended 10-3.
That was top of turn 3. This will be the bottom of turn 3 now.
Hey, unfortunately, guys, I think I'm gonna have to go.
You
Go
sucker.
Yeah.
Where are you
Sorry,
going?
gents.
Where are you going?
Is your-
That's more important than this.
Is your katsu chicken curry getting cold?
Nah, I'm going to the GF's place for a roast dinner. So
Hold on, you're going from a chicken katsu curry to now a roast dinner. What is
Yeah.
this?
I don't play around. If I need to grow, all right.
Luke's got to do his laundry. I love it.
That's good times.
I think the excuse was that he's washing his hair tonight.
Yeah.
I'm going bald. I need to wash whatever I've got left of it.
Are you going bald?
A little bit. That's why I don't want to go on stream, because people will realize.
Oh, but surely you're not like it's a race between you and Liam, and Liam's going to win that race for who goes bald first. Yeah?
I think Liam's already won the race.
He has already won the race.
There's only one person in that race.
Liam's in his own league. He is.
So there's only part of it. There's a part in your life where it stops being a receding hairline and just becomes head.
I think Liam skipped that part. He just went to head.
He just went to head. Now he's just got a head. He hasn't got any hairline anymore. Anyway, dude, if you got a bail, thank you so much for joining us, mate.
Yeah, no, that's good. Thanks for having me on,
Check out
guys.
check out the Norm Boys podcast for amazing Australian content. They're going to be producing a hell of a lot more stuff, and it's all going to be really exciting. Australia is really taking off. Thanks for coming on again, Luke. If you want to give one shout out to anybody or plug anything before you go.
Yeah, shout out. Here we go. McGowan. What's this? Luke's more in a face mask. That's true. My skin is very nice, very soft. And yeah, thanks for having me on, guys.
No problems at all, mate.
Great games. It was sad to see Guard lose so much in 3 turns to Tower Gunline, but hopefully Manskie does his best.
Well, it looks like he's setting himself up for a charge this turn. That seems wise.
Yeah, I kind of want to see it, but yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, take care, mate.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for joining us.
See you guys later. Yeah,
Peace,
cheers.
bro.
Thanks, guys.
He has a plan here, I think. So he's gotten. So this Chimera has just disgorged this unit of dudes, and he's got a Chimera here that's just disgorged this unit of dudes and has moved over. I believe he's going to try and charge with the Chimera in, and then get the guardsmen through into into the broadsides. The problem is that Chimera charger looks a little bit large. So he might,
It is going to get shot
in the face, he might pull this Chimera out as well and try and use that one also. The problem is though, if he can't touch the broadsides, this whole play is for naught, and he's just giving the Tau another shooting phase, because if the only thing that's worth touching is the broadsides. So this is why I think I like my play without the broadsides better, because then there's no point for him to do this. He just has to sit there and let me shoot him for the rest of the game. But I'm happy. I'm happy he has a play left. Like, we've got something to call.
You are a bad man.
I'm a horrible man. This is for ATC, man. It's where the horrible men go to play.
I disagree.
Well, you're wrong. Just like the Pyrovores. Like unicorns, man. Or narwhals. Stupid narwhals. So, Pyrovores for ETC, for Eric. Yeah, you would take them if they existed. What are you going to do? You're just going to convert on some freaking... glue some flames onto some Biovores. Just be like, look, it's a Pyrovore. Oh. Idiots.
Tyrant guard, rather.
It's like a donkey with a carrot stuck to its head. It's still not a unicorn. How can they be good? They don't exist. This has been a jerk now. Alright. Eric, how the fuck does Manskie get some points? Adam debates like Trump. Pyrovores are fake news. Make Hive Tyrants great again. That's good. Alright, yeah, Eric. We're going to take advantage of you being in the chat. How the fuck does Manskie get some points out of this baby? Right now, he has... If it's... Yeah, man, I don't know, man. He's in a rough spot, I'm assuming.
Nah, Eric does mean spit.
Yeah, he does. Rough spit, yeah. He did have some game if he didn't get seized on. I still think this was in Hamilton's favour, but yeah, getting it seized made this into almost a non-event. That's 40k, yeah. Sometimes, games are really polarised. I don't honestly think there's much you can do from here. I didn't think he was going to win this game anyway, but I thought it would have been a good game with him going first.
I agree.
I think he would have gotten ground out eventually, maybe turn 4 or turn 5, and Hamilton would have eked out like a 2 or 3 point win. As it is, this is turn 3. I think he's going to get tabled. So he's got 3 Chimeras. We saw how quickly he picked up 3 tanks turn 1. He's picked up 3 tanks turn 2. Pretty sure he can pick up 3 tanks turn 3. And then it's just guardsmen hiding from 48 SMS shots. We know how that's going to go as well. It's crazy. But Eric, the Hammerheads are doing good. I actually really wanted to see Hamilton versus Gabe. Because I want to see how the Hammerheads go against the Crimson Hunter Exarchs. So I actually think they're very good anti-air because they've got the hit on 2s. So if you -2 to hit, they're hitting on 4s, which I think is legit. And they're winning them on 3s with flat 3 damage. And yes, I think they're actually very good anti-air. Yeah, it seems like both top tails are a little bit one-sided. I think it would have been better if the other 2s were paired up. If it was Manskie versus Rymal and Hamilton versus Gabe, we would have had 2 really close, tight, crazy good games. As it is, I think they're both two of these players that just dodge each other.
You know what would have been, I think, handy for Manskie is if he advanced one of those Chimeras and played Crush them.
Yeah, advanced charged. Yeah, that's cool.
And made sure he tapped the Broadies.
Yep.
And the Riptide. And then charging the other tank, charging the guard. If you can manage... it's hard to see from this angle where I am exactly where the broadsides finish.
Yep.
Can you potentially draw that bad boy up?
So where the what finish, sorry? Broadsides?
All the broadsides.
So
Looks like there's 2 on the objective.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. So he should be able to he should be able to pin and tap the broadsides with the if he moved in advance with that bottom chimera,
Yep.
he could have potentially pinned and trapped the broadsides with the infantry squad and the tank. I think the top tanks were probably a little far out to really get into it, but
McGowan just said if Manskie kept his helmet on, he would be doing better. It would be different. It was pretty good. So there's one thing that I think Hamilton stuffed up, and that was where he placed his broadsides. If you see what this is here, guys, that's an enclosed ruin. And that was the big exploitable piece that I was really worried about for Hamilton when he placed his castle here. If he had to place his broadsides on this side, it would have been a non-issue, but because he placed them here, had he had the chimeras here, he moved in advanced. Chimeras are going to explode, yeah? Nothing you can do about that.
Yep.
But when you get out, you deploy all the guardsmen into the enclosed ruin. And then then all they have to do is suffer the SMS to get in rather than all that. It's in all likelihood, they still probably died of the SMS, but it's a fuckload better than what he's trying to do now, what he's been forced to do, which is charging 10 guardsmen right into the teeth of everything.
well, you have to charge a tank first, right?
You do, but look at the distances on the tanks. They've got to be 10s, if not 11s, man. Yeah, they've got to be massive charges. You almost just be like, nah, I'm not going to grade it with anything, because firstly, those tanks are not going to connect with the broadsides. 100% they're not going to connect with the broadsides. So you don't overcharge with them. Sorry. The only one you need to shoot against with the broadsides is this one, because that's the only one that can tap them. This guy cannot tap broadsides. This dude.
No, but that one should be able to soak up the overwatch from the
so
Riptide.
he goes in and he just overcharged with that Riptide. Takes that one out of the equation. This one goes in. It probably just charges this Riptide, and probably hopefully takes that one out of the equation. But that's the one where you over. Yeah. Yeah, it's just asking if you'd fire a marker line Overwatch, and you 100% can. Hey, dude. Yeah, bit one-sided. Yeah. It looks like the other top table is the same
off
as
to
well.
the side?
That's Eric. Eric, T.O. Eric.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Eric.
If he says hi, he says hey. That was a wonderful exchange.
Made it all the way to the top table, and there's only now asked, I can fire marker
It probably hasn't been charged yet, to be honest, dude. Manskie's the only guy with the balls and the nuance to get in a position to charge him.
You say nuance. I mean, this is literally just.
Well, even though this is a dumb play, a dumb desperate play, he's planned it out well. Like, he's got 3 possible options. Looks like he has charged with the top Chimera and has taken some wounds, and it hasn't connected. So he has not connected. So the next one will be this one, going in.
So he failed the charge, did he?
He failed on the first one.
How many greater good did anyone grade?
I think it was just the Marker Lights and the Riptide.
Okay.
Which is the right call.
Yeah.
But he's still rolling dice, man. What? look at the scrolling test. So much goodness.
Chicken katsu curry.
Is there anything better? Andrew, you still here?
Yeah, still around.
Are you happy with that plug? We got a plug for Warzone going across the scroll text now.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's getting cut off.
Mine says it's good.
Looks okay to me, I
It
think.
says Warzone. Keep up to date with Down Under Network.
At
okay.
facebook.com/downundernet. Okay.
Yeah. It looks like we're just at the limit of our text, but I'll just fix that up.
Yeah,
No,
fix it, you scrub.
No, I got mads. I got skills, but it turns out that there's a limit to how much you can in that scroll text.
Amateur hour.
Who would have known? Let's leave the jokes though.
Yeah, 100% jokes have to stay. Yeah, we can take out Biff Pod. Biff Pod have left us for the
I like that
evening.
one. Our Grey Knight's the new meta. It should just be our Grey Knight's OP.
It should just be our Grey Knights. So deep.
What is Grey Knight?
What is a Grey Knight? A kiss from a rose on the
tank got
grey.
in.
Kiss
That
from the
top
rose
tank got
on
in,
the
bro.
grey knight. He did. He made it.
You told me he failed.
I thought he
You
did.
lied
He
to
rolled
me.
2 dice. It
You-
must have been saves. I thought it was a charge
You,
roll.
you lied to me through song.
I did.
Why is GK?
Dude, just Seal singing to Drago. He's serenading Drago. Kiss him a rose on the grey night. Someone get that.
Alright.
Someone get a gif of that. Replace Drago's face with Batman's in that film clip, and yeah, we'll roll with that. That'll be Eric's theme song. So in all,
You know what I'd really love? I'd really love 40k competitive scene to get to the point where it's like, you know, in player briefings,
yeah,
when at the start of an event, it's like, oh, and this is where the talk what we're doing this weekend, and here's what we're doing for round one. But have like entrance music for some of the big names, like pyrotechnics.
yeah.
And it's John Eric Cena.
Wow. Okay, so. All right, he is trying. So, I think. Oh, holy shit! So we've just got 5d3 damage going through from broadsides, and he's just. I think he was just 2 wounds short
5d3 of.
Yeah, he just killed that other Chimera.
Oh no.
That Chimera just tried to charge the broadsides, and he just took it out.
Oh no. Uh oh.
So he's accomplished
All right.
nothing. If he hasn't touched the broadsides, this hasn't changed anything.
Have those broadsides graded good?
I don't know. I think that might have been Overwatch.
Because
He shouldn't have declared a charge on him. He should just charge the Riptide.
yeah, well, the guardsman could charge the Riptide and pile in
And just
around
tap. Yeah, and just
pin.
tap. Yeah. Especially if
Well,
that Chimera charged both,
Yeah.
then that's easy. Then the Riptide wouldn't have been able to Overwatch you when you charged. Sorry, it's a mistake, unfortunately. So if he charged it doesn't matter. It actually doesn't matter. If he charged the Chimera into the Riptide, the broadside still Overwatch. If he charged into the broadsides, the Riptide still Overwatches. It doesn't fucking matter.
No, it does matter.
Unless he's
It
tapped.
does matter.
No. So if the
Because
Riptide has
you
been
can
tapped.
No, but you can Overwatch as many times as you'd like, but you can only grade a good once.
No, what I mean, so the broadsides hadn't Overwatch before. So even if he did tap that second Riptide, that Chimera that was trying to charge was always going to get shot by the broadsides, even if it charged, doesn't matter because they were still going to grade it good.
Yeah, but the issue you've got though is if you had charged the Riptide instead of the broadsides, they would have graded good and they would have taken out the Chimera. But then the guardsman could then charge technically just the Riptide, and the broadsides couldn't Overwatch or graded good because they've already graded gooded.
Yeah.
Which means you could have charged the Riptide and then piled in around and pinned the broadsides.
So, but he never would have fired. That's under the assumption that he would have fired Overwatch with the broadsides. You always would have held the broadsides, knowing that Chimera could not have touched you and therefore turns it off. So you just don't have watch with the broadsides in that situation against that first Chimera because it's never going to stop the broadsides.
No, the second Chimera, the one that died.
Well, how does it not get for the greater gooded?
No, it does get for the greater gooded, and it dies. My point is, it would have had to do greater good, and so you see how it's just the guardsman.
And the guardsman would have gone in without. Okay, that's what I get you. Sorry, we were getting mixed up.
Also, I'm just going to interject, guys. Alex and Gabe's game is over.
Holy crap!
41-5.
Earthworm Jim, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so much for the follow, man.
That's brutal.
No, firstly, let's thank Earthworm Jim for following, guys.
Yep.
Thank you.
Straight.
Thank
Follow
you.
us first. And now, so what was that? Was that 41-5?
Yes.
That's a paddling.
That's just like you put that shit on Pornhub.
Is that Trevor from Newcastle? Is that Overwatch Trevor from Newcastle? Earthworm Jim?
Trevor
Bond?
What's his name? Yeah, Boyle Bond, whatever you call it.
Hey.
Is he one of your boys?
No one of my
One of your
boys.
boys?
No, he's Overwatch boy.
Yeah, Overwatch boy, man.
Okay.
Trevor Hoyle.
Boyle, there it is.
Yeah, that's right. Apologies, brother. There's a couple of Trevors
He
down
has
your
like
way.
16 names on Facebook.
He's a man of mystery, Trevor. Okay, right, so we're just getting the scores in for the bottom of this turn, I believe. I have 2 jerks.
There should have been a comma there. There should have been I have 2, comma, jerk.
I have 2
Instead, you
jerks.
just said I have 2 jerks.
There's one, one for each hand.
Gold.
That's all I need.
Gold.
Well done, Trev. But we are jerks as well. So does that pretty much mean that the podium's, top spot's locked up? Is there any?
Yep.
Gabe has got number 1 locked away.
Yeah, Gabe, yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'll double check
do.
the leaderboard.
So he just got a 41. So Alex, unfortunately, looks like he just rolled over and took it in that round.
So Hamilton is 55 points behind Gabe.
Nothing he can do.
So even if he can't catch.
I mean, there's for the podium, there's some soft scores, but Gabe will walk out of this being, as the highest ranked player on Battle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Yeah,
Minimum.
there's nothing anybody can do to overtake him now. That's ferocious. Fucking planes. So he had triple Cruiser Hunter Exarchs, triple Raider, triple Dizzy Ravager, triple Venom. So he had a lot of boats, a lot of maneuverability. Alright, so we've just had a handshake. What's up? Yeah. Okay, so I think we just had a concede from Manskie. Yeah, the C's. So you guys just tuned in there. That was just a concede from Hayden Manskie. He's realised without being able to stop the broadsides, there was nothing else he could do in that game. The Riptides just fall back. He kills both Chimeras. He can never have that opportunity again, and he probably gets wiped either at the end of turn 4 or the end of turn 5. So he's just seen it writing on the wall. And I think it was just that C's. That C's took away his ability to score points, took away his ability to contend the board, and to get a meaningful amount of his army past the mid-board. I still think on paper Hamilton should win, and from the sheer fact that he was able to hide his drones. But look, Manskie could have. I would back Manskie to make a game out of just about anything, except apparently for this. So we will stick around. We already know Gabe's going to get that top 1 podium most likely, and this looks like Hamilton has locked in either second or third depending on other games. I'd say probably almost locked in second, almost definitely. We'll wait until we get the final scores for that, and then we will check out my lovely people. This went for just under 2 hours, I believe.
Yeah.
So we'll just ask these gentlemen to update their scores as soon as they are able, and we'll get out of here. Anybody got any questions for the stream, for the chat? Do you want us to get either of these players on for a chat? I know Manskie probably will decline, respectfully. He'd be like, "Nah, fuck that noise. I got pants. I don't want to show my face on this." Hamilton may or may not, but was that something you guys would like?
Or do we try and get Gabe on?
No, we're not going to get Gabe on. He didn't want to go on our stream, so I'm not exactly going to put up the olive branch now. Yeah, whatever. It was his choice. He's already made his sentiments felt. But, Andrew, what are your thoughts, man? What's rocking around your noggin?
I feel bad for him. I really do. Hayden just absolutely trounced. That C's very devastating, and matchup's not even there, to be honest. It's very heavily in the Tau's favour, especially with its deployment. Everything was said is pretty bang on, and it's just pick up models and after a little while, just go, can I scrounge enough points, or do I just handshake and have an early day?
Yeah, exactly right. The other thing to note is, oh shit, what was the other thing to note? There was a thing. I had an epiphany in my head. Had an absolute fucking epiphany, and now it is gone. Hamilton, finalise the scores when you guys get a chance. Oh, sorry. Thank you. Hurry up. Fucking hurry up. Gosh.
We basically talked out the last turn.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
What happens.
Yeah. No problems. I'll just let you know the top table has already sorted itself out. 41 to the Dark Eldar player got a 41. No, you can't beat him. Yeah, it's okay. It is what it is. We were just saying it would have been the top 2 tables would have been so much fucking better if you played him and and Manskie played Alex. No, well, sorry. I just think on games versus games, it would have gone really well with those other 2s paired up. Yeah. So look, that's what I wanted to say. McGowan just knocked it on the head. So you look at the towers of the two respective armies, and you just think about how much of a harder time Manskie must have had to get to where he is compared to Hamilton. So Hamilton probably just shot until he won in four games to get here, and he just did that to win his fifth one. Whereas Manskie probably had to fight his fucking ass off for every win he's got, and then to get to this top table and just be.
Manskie came all of his way with that.
It's astonishing. It's actually like fantastic. First tournament back in 6 months or 9 months even, and to just go straight from walking into this tournament, not even knowing he was playing it, to get to the first or second top table, depending on how you look at it. Incredible achievement, man. We are just getting the scores added up now. It is looking like Tower onto 24, up to 27. He's going to max all his secondaries, and he's going to get probably 4 points for each of the 3 remaining turns of the game. So 4 points for each of the 3 remaining turns of the game. Kill more, hold more, kill, hold, kill more, hold more, and then max your secondaries. Looks like he's up to 35. I'm not sure if he's going to go any more than that. Yep, so 35 to 14 is the final score there. And Begau, Manskie. He doesn't want to talk to me. That's fine, guys. That is Terracon 2019. Diffie, what do you got to say?
Look, I think it was a great experiment, the Terracon stream, because we had absolutely no idea what the internet was going to be like going into it, and so far we've had, I think, a pretty good experience from a remote perspective and how the stream's gone.
Well, so I'd say, unfortunately, it looks like the worst game, like actual player versus player, list versus list game we streamed was the last one. We had competitive games all the way through, where like neck and neck, we didn't know who was going to win. We could tip a winner, but we didn't really know how it was going to go. And it's just unfortunate that this last game, to close things off, we were just like, yeah, pretty sure it's going to go down here. Oh, he seized. Oh, all right. Yeah, unfortunately, we had to close it off in this fashion. But look, that was played in really good spirits.
It was. Look, Hamilton won that game in the list building mode.
Yep, and in the C's.
In phase, yeah, and
so he was probably the C's probably gave him like 10 points on the scoreboard. He was probably going to get like a 25 to 18 or something, and instead he got a 35 to 14.
Yeah. So look, last few plugs. We'll be doing a post-event stream during the week, either on Wednesday or Thursday. We'll work that one out. So we'll be going over both Terracon and previous event results that we haven't touched on in a while. Maybe look at some stats and stuff. Want to say big thanks to the Normal Blokes podcast, Warzone Wargaming, Biff Pod, and Goat House Gaming. I think that's everyone.
Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, Luke. Thanks, Mitch. Andrew.
Thanks, Andrew.
Plug yourself, my man. Sell yourself to the people.
Well, I go for $5.
I'll break the 10 for that.
What's your next stream, mate?
Next stream is WinterCon. You might see some sporadic, just one game testing stuff over the next couple of months before WinterCon, just while we sort of take on some of the feedback that different boys have given us and try and improve our streaming capabilities, make it, so WinterCon is really good, much like this stream, just excellent. So that's WinterCon has 52 spots booked already, so there's 28 tickets left, everybody.
Wow.
So if you want to go, better lock in quick, because it's a hard cap of 80, and before that, with the way that Canberra Game Society allocates tables and tickets and all that kind of stuff, they will start taking away from other events if there's spaces and other ones are filling up.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which is totally fine, and I can respect that. They want to fill up the entire convention, so go for it.
Yep.
So is that technically possible though, that if we fill out the 40k event, we get all 80 sold?
Yeah, no, it's good.
That you guys could pinch tickets or spots from other people?
Correct. Yes, 100%, and it will be
what we need to do.
Yeah.
That's what we need to do.
Yep, 100%. So everybody, I'm going to put a little bit. I'm going to get more aggressive on the marketing on Facebook with the event soon. So, but on this stream, you heard it here first. 28 tickets to go, and get on it. Get it locked
Awesome.
in.
Can't wait, man. All right, we will close off Terracon 2019. This chapter of the Australian 40k calendar is closed, as well as this stream. And thank you to everybody who's joined us. A special thank you to McGowan and George, who've been with us for a while. Thanks to Earthworm Jim for the follow, for just joining, our new subs, our new followers. Thank you so much. We love you guys. Peace out, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Nick.